and you just want to work it back and forth a bit. Hey guys, Brad here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a heat gun. This is Dewalt's 20 volt max DCE530 heat gun. Pretty sweet little tool. It's about the size of a drill. Very, very light. I don't even know what it weighs, but extremely light. These things cost around 200 bucks. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do, how it works and do some heat shrink and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you stick around and make sure you comment and subscribe and hit that notify bell and all that good stuff, and give us a thumbs up if you like the video, because it definitely helps us out. All right, let's get into it. This little guy, I just used it, so it's a little bit hot on the front, but these are super handy for electronic work. If you're doing a lot of 12 volt stuff for vehicles, these are really, really good to have. If you've got a frozen lock and you need to thaw it out, very handy to have. Taking decals off of things, heat guns are always great to have. So overall, I think these are a pretty sweet little tool to have if you're, into a lot of stuff, hobbying or construction or anything like that. Let's take a look at what we can do with this. It's got two parts that come with it. It's got this nozzle here where it's sort of a focused front, and then it's got this one which has sort of a heat shield, which works really, really well when it's on. You could put your hand here and you're not really getting all the heat. It's quite focused on this reflector. So this is when you'd be doing some wire work, putting some heat shrink on, and you don't want to melt other wires or other shrink, and this sort of protects it. So nice little attachment. And to change it, I gotta use my hoodie here, that one's hot, but you just pop it off. That's the front, and they just push on, and you can rotate this in any direction. All right, so then you can really focus on what you're doing. Let's say you're taking a decal off, you can really, really focus that temperature. And speaking about temperature, on the low setting, we're looking at 260 degrees Celsius or 500 degrees Fahrenheit. And on the high setting, we're looking at about 532 Celsius and about 990 degrees Fahrenheit. So those are our two settings. And you can hear the difference too, and I'll show you how that is. So what we're gonna do is grab some wire, and this is my low voltage kit here. It's just a bunch of parts I use for when I'm just doing some wiring and stuff. And let's just put some heat shrink on today. We'll grab some wire. This is just 12 gauge, all right? And so let's say, we're putting an end on here, and we got to heat shrink this on. This is a perfect tool for that. So again, okay, that's cooled off a bit. I can touch it. Stick this on. All right, and then slap the battery on. We do have an LED light right here, which is nice. So if you're working like under a car or something, the only thing is it only stays on when you press the trigger. Now the trigger has a safety on it. You have to flick this little lever up, and then you can pull the trigger. Okay? And that's it. And then this right here is the lock. So now you can lock it in, so you can just let it sit there while you work on your tool or whatever you're doing. Now that's the high setting. This is the low. So total difference in sound and airflow. The airflow on this is about 6.7 CFM, and that's the high mode right there. All right, so I'm gonna put this on, lock off the switch, and just shrink this around, and you can see sort of how fast it works. All right, there we go. So this would just slide over. Now again, this is just for demonstration. And you just want to work it back and forth a bit. Turn it around. So this is just for doing like wire connections, guys. If you're not familiar with it, you know, you're splicing some wire together, 12 volt that is, not line voltage, not 120 or anything like that, okay? That's basically it. So that would protect your connection. Now that's a little warm to the touch, but that's essentially how you would protect a connection from the elements, from dust, from a little bit of water, but you know, it doesn't make it waterproof. So that's it. That's one application for this gun, and that's mostly what I use it for. That and thawing locks, because here in Alberta, trailer locks are always freezing, and instead of using a lighter, you know, you can just go up to it with this, and this works perfect. So just make sure you don't have this in your trailer, because if you do, you're not going to be able to open your trailer. Now, it will also shrink things like this. These are connectors. Okay, so you put a wire in both ends, you crimp in the middle, and then you can shrink this around the wire. So I'll just quickly show you how to do that connection. We'll just start with this one here. Just basically cut that wire off. Now, these aren't the right crimpers for this, but they will do the trick for now. So inside is a metal connector. Basically, you just put your wire in there, and you want your wire to be a little shorter than that. And this is mostly for the heat shrinking, guys, so don't judge me on my connecting right now. Okay, we're just doing a quick little mock-up, and I'll just crimp it with the back side of these pliers. Okay, so it's in there, it works. All right, now we could want to heat shrink this just to tighten it up, make it nice and clean. And why don't we put another wire on here just so you can kind of see. I don't know. Nah, let's not. You guys get the idea. Let's just turn this on. So you can see the plastic just starting to shrink around it. Looks pretty good. All right, so there you go. That's the difference. So it's super handy to have if you're doing electronics and you just want a nice clean looking job. You know, you don't want to have electrical tape everywhere. Heat shrinking is just a really, really nice way to do your work. So you can pick these up from wherever. And yeah, this is just a random kit I have of low voltage stuff for when I'm wiring up my trailers. I'd love to hear some comments, guys, what you think of this thing. Do you use it? Have you found other ones that are better? Because I know there's a bunch of different brands out there that do the heat guns. I really like this, especially being cordless. Very, very handy to have. It will work on all the different sizes of batteries for Dewalt. So that's nice. And the fact that it has this lockout switch, I really, really do like it. This is a really, really good heat gun to have in your arsenal. All right, guys. So leave some comments down below. Subscribe. Hit that notify bell. Keep on crushing it. And we'll catch you later.